and the environs around it.
Well, that poem is about some of my family members, and I have Ken here tonight who are directly related to some of the figures in the poem.
Cool.
On the second row right down here, I'm really happy to see him. Well, that's pretty much true around here.
We probably all have Ken at most every concert, you know.
Mine refused to come. No, they don't. I'm just kidding.
The song Pierce and I wrote a long time ago.
Yeah, Tom and I both loved the music that came out of muscle shows in the late 60s, and we thought it'd be fun to write a song that would sound like something that could have been recorded then, you know. And they all have this in them. Remember, Tom, like, yeah, we have that lick, you know? We call that the Cialis lick. So it's like, when the time is right. Anyway, well, take it away.
No need to hide what's going on. Your story's all over town. And it's alright that it's all wrong. Just come on down to the crying ground. Dark sky feels like rain. Just look at all those thunderclouds. I bet that dam is just about to break. Better come on down to the crying ground. Come on down to the crying ground. We are talking holy water rolling down your face. Ain't no disgrace. Come on down to the crying ground. I can see you wanna steal away where you will never be found. But sometimes everybody feels this way. Better come on down to the crying ground. Come on down to the crying ground. We are talking holy water rolling down your face. Ain't no disgrace. Come on down to the crying ground. No need to tell me what you're going through, 'cause sister, I've been right where you are now. You know exactly what you need to do. So come on down, 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 down. 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 Come on down, 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 down. Come on down, 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 down. Come on down, 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 down. We are talking holy water rolling down your face. Ain't no disgrace. Come on down to the crying ground. Down to the crying ground. Down to the crying ground. Come on. Thank you.
Good song by the boys.
wrong key. Tom, I apologize for that. Good thing I'd noticed that on my
Oh, I
set
felt
list.
that.
Usually Tom's
I'm
fault.
usually the one in the wrong key.
They're making me sing this too high. Y'all notice with my voice cracks. It is a legacy. It was handed down to me of a poor dirt farmer and a skinny mule. He parched the red clay like it was the Red Sea. It is a legacy to both me and you. You are a black man, I am a white man. Both come from the Southland, both doing the best we can. We're the Grim Reaper to my brother's keeper. The way my brother was kept, small wonder Jesus wept. It is a legacy passed down to you and me. What we're taught to believe, we do not question these things. It is a legacy. It's a wild and bitter seed scattered on the fertile fields where the roots run deep. Where the roots run deep. We both got calloused hands, blue-collared working men down here in Bubba Land. What's in a name? Both living rent to rent, some own the government. We are quite different. We are the same. It is a legacy passed down to you and me. What we learn to believe, we do not question these things. It is a legacy. It's a wild and bitter seed scattered on the fertile fields where the roots run deep. Where the roots run deep. Sundays we congregate, praise Jesus past the plate, sitting in our Sunday best, singing hymns and mopping sweat. We learn the golden rule and the separate Sunday schools, and the house long divided against itself. And it is a legacy passed down to you and me. What we choose to believe, we dare not question these things. It is a legacy. It's a wild and a bitter seed scattered on the fertile fields where the roots run deep. Where the roots run deep. Where the roots run deep. Where the roots run deep.
You know, that's some of y'all might be longtime fans of Pierce's. That's a really old song of Pierce's that really wasn't available, and we kind of reimagined it and decided to do it on our recording. And I love that tune.
Thank you.
So good.
Now it's available.
You doing, washing your hands over there? What's?
I am. I'm trying to be very clean.
That's right. Do y'all see how nice Pierce looks tonight? I mean, tie and coat and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And they, you know, like everybody has on a hat. Both the boys have on a hat. What happened to your hat? Oh, well,
Shalom's wearing a hat. Hey, how about a hand for Shalom,
Shalom,
man?
yeah.
Greatest sound man in the world.
Amen.
In the world. We're trying to get him to change his name to Shazam, though, because that would be cool.
And Granville Automatic, who they both have.
Granville
on
Automatic
hats.
were awesome tonight.
Amen.
Vanessa's supposed to be saving me one of those chocolates things.
I saved you one.
Okay, good. All right, good. Okay, just double checking. So, here we go, huh? Are you ready?
Here we go.
Tangled vines cover the lattice. They creep and crawl around the house. Nobody lives there, only ghosts hang around. I have seen hope and glory fade away. I've heard old folks talk of better days, and all that's left to guard the remains are wrought iron fences. Sarah May bore 2 children. One died at birth and one at Shiloh. Now they're on a hill, long forgotten, carved in stone. I have seen hope and glory fade away, and I've heard old folks talk of better days, and all that's left to guard the remains are wrought iron fences. Years go by and everything changes, but nothing does. I have seen hope and glory fade away, and I've heard old folks talk of better days, and all that's left to guard the remains are wrought iron fences. Wrought iron fences. Oh.
Hey, Campbell.
This next tune is one of the earliest tunes we wrote when we all got together and sat around for a lot of time and thought we might write a song or two.
We wanted to see what would happen.
Yeah.
We knew it could go either way. Well, one thing that we've enjoyed about working together, I think I could speak for all of us, is that you just always hard to say where an idea is going to go, who's going to come up with what. And this is a song that really surprised me. I don't remember who had this idea.
Me, I'm sure.
I think it was you, Tom.
I have all the ideas.
One of us. And then that's the nice thing about working together, too. Honestly, a lot of times I can't remember
That's right.
whose idea it was.
Well, you know, we have written a song called the Lost City of Atlanta.
Lost
We,
City of
we let
Atlanta.
that one
Yes.
go.
We tried to make it a kind of rock, rap song, and it just didn't happen. I still like the notion of the lost
ready.
city of Atlanta, though. I'm ready. Where is it?
So we'll let it speak for itself.
Yeah.
It's called Pick the Devil's Pocket. The agent said to plant your field with beans and corn, but that don't yield but 5% of barley leaf. We kept that conversation brief, 'cause a man that draws a weekly check ain't ever sticking out his neck, and you don't always get to choose when you're walking in my shoes. So you pick the devil's pocket, you're haunted by the Holy Ghost. Once you start, it's hard to stop it. You pick the devil's pocket, used to be USDA, made sure the little man got paid. The auctioneer would speak in tongues, you'd earn your keep when your work was done. But now there ain't no bottom line, no such thing as overtime. The sun comes up, the sky turns blue, and you do what you got to do. You pick the devil's pocket, you're taking what you need the most. Once you start, it's hard to stop it. When you live on Tobacco Road, you know I hate to pass this down from those who bled to clear this ground. But ain't a day that I forget who coughs up cash for cigarettes. You pick the devil's pocket, you're haunted by the Holy Ghost. Once you start, it's hard to stop it. You got to keep the ship afloat. You pick the devil's pocket, you're taking what you need the most. Once you start, it's hard to stop it. When you live on Tobacco Road. Thank you.
Kind of hard to stop that song at a point. Keep going with all those rattles and
That song's got all the front of the book chords and the back of the book chords.
got all of our instruments. Oh, you're getting your poem. We're doing some creepy music now.
They'll do it over.
Behind it, yeah. Yeah, we're not ready to start the creepy.
we're ready.
Okay.
I'm
Mine too.
That tuning's creepy.
Mine too, I can't tell. Okay, here we go. Creepy.
An old girlfriend said to me once, "You are the sweetest man I've ever been close to, but you're also the meanest. You're the sweetest and the meanest." Later I thought to myself, well then, I'm true to my own people. Isn't that how we are? The sweetest and the meanest? Maybe our meanness makes it possible for us to be so sweet. Maybe the sweetness is simply necessary to offset the meanness. to make it bearable. I prefer to think, however, that it's the other way around, that we are so sweet, so naturally, innocently sweet, that it's our meanness that becomes necessary, becomes our lifeboat, our means of survival. We don't say you broke my heart, so I think I'll write a poem about you. We say you broke my heart, so I'm going to have to kill you, as in shoot you dead, or at the very least to hate you and talk dirt about you for the rest of your life. Or if we can't get up the nerve to kill, maybe we'll be forced to drink ourselves to death. At any rate, in my opinion, there's a lot of meanness down here that never gets traced to its source. It gets buried or sent to prison or shut up in the house drinking itself into the grave while the curtains fade. But it never gets called what it is, the backside of sweetness. A sweetness so close to heaven that it's intolerable here on earth.
decided his fate. 99 to life, the judge proclaimed. Oh, but somewhere on Sand Mountain, a woman needs no proof that evil can lie so close to truth. Reach down. Snake, but will not bite.
This is a song I wrote after I moved back to my native state. After many years of wandering in the wilderness, I decided to return salmon-like to my origins, and shortly afterwards wrote this song. Not this one. This Stephen Foster wrote this part. I wash my hands and I take my place. I bow my head, clean my plate. I think and act and I talk this way, for I was raised in a state of grace. Well, I always know right where I am, from Russell Shores down to Birmingham, from the rolling hills clear down Mobile Bay. Oh, where I come from is a state of grace. Well, I'm up and down, I'm left and right, I'm rich and poor, I'm black and white. I'm not alone, I am not ashamed, yet I make my home in a state of grace. I hear the call of the whippoorwill as moonlight falls over cotton fields. I should have before I went away. I will lay me down in a state of grace. I wash my hands and take my place. Bow my head, take my place. I think and act, talk this way, for I was raised in a state of grace.
Here's Pettis.
Here's Thank you.
Now we're getting warmed up.
Tune back up here 1 second here.
Is it warm out there now? I'm getting warm now.
Good. Got here. We're good. Shall I kick it up?
Sure.
I pick up the phone. It's Bubba. Nene has lost her mind, she says, and I know from her tone she's not suggesting that her sister, my great aunt Nene, is senile. What's she done now, I ask. Well, says Bubba, she's got Nicey eating with her at the dining room table. No kidding, I say. No, she says. Nene said to me, Helen, it's just the two of us in the house now, and I don't see any reason why Nicey should have to eat in the kitchen by herself. Well, I'll be, I say, and that's upsetting to you. Of course it is, she says. Nene wasn't brought up like that, and you know, Tommy, I love and respect black people as much as anybody, but you just don't eat with the help. Nene knows that, and I told her how I felt about it. And what did she say, I asked. She said, Helen, I'm sorry you feel that way, but I'm too old to care what anybody else thinks. One night I just asked myself, why is nice eating in there when we could be enjoying each other's company? Besides, we're both Democrats.
I heard Odessa's mind was sick, that she was crazier than hell. The police caught her turning tricks down at the Blue and Gray Motel. Odessa was the neighbor's maid. She had 10 mouths at home to feed. They bust her kids to Birmingham and put her in the county jail. Nobody seemed to give a damn. They say a white man posted bail. My dad said not to breathe a word. I told my brother all I heard. And the train of change was coming fast to my hometown. We had the choice to climb on board or get run down. It was crazy, there were grown men fights over segregation and civil rights. Martin Luther King, the KKK, George C. Wallace, and LBJ. When the National Guard came in, I thought the world was gonna end. It was crazy in Alabama. Down at the corner dairy dip, they sold soft ice cream for a dime. White people ordered from the front, the side was for the colored line. And we all were told they had their place because they were a different race. And we spent hot summer afternoons at the public swimming pool, where the privileged and the few played on their island of cool blue. And brown children watched outside the fence and never made one lick of sense. But the train of change was coming fast to my hometown. We had the choice to climb on board or get run down. It was crazy, there were grown men fights over segregation and civil rights. Martin Luther King, the KKK, George C. Wallace, and LBJ. When the National Guard came in, I thought the world was gonna end. It was crazy in Alabama. My mama yelled, "Child, get inside." Drew the drapes, locked the doors. We watched the marchers passing by, felt the rumble, heard the roar, and they all held hands. They sang and wept, and freedom rang in every step. 'Cause the train of change was marching through my hometown. We had the choice to climb on board or get run down. It was crazy, there were grown men fights over segregation and civil rights. Martin Luther King, the KKK, George C. Wallace, and LBJ. When the National Guard came in, I thought the world was gonna end. It was crazy in Alabama. crazier.
I drove over here from Mentone, Alabama, a beautiful spot in the world where Pierce lives. We had a little rehearsal yesterday because we haven't played in quite a while.
Practiced a snake handling song on his deck looking across at the sun setting over Sand Mountain.
That's right.
It was real pleasant.
We sure did. And then we drove over in separate cars because we're big stars and we can't drive
We're
with
like
each
the
other.
Everly Brothers.
And I swung down through Ackworth and picked up my friend Bird. And Bird and I go way back. We played high school football together in Wilcox County High School, just south of Selma, Alabama. And it's nice to know people you got a history with. That we've both gone some different directions and crossed paths here and there. But this is a song I wrote a long time ago with the help of a friend named Cliff Goldmacher, who rescued me from this song. And it's inspired by time I spent in that little town where Bird and I lived. Was that a devil with a halo or an angel with a tail? Living down in that dark basement I'd mistaken for a cell. Was I really hearing voices or just talking to myself? It wasn't perfectly clear. I was doing all right, I was doing all wrong. I was hiding at the movies and I was living in a song. It was playing in my head, but I was scared to sing along, as if somebody could hear. And it when I know love is not to blame, it's the one thing right in a world gone wrong. I know, but it's hard to see it when it's a long, long way from here. There was fighting in the kitchen, there was fighting in the streets, there was fighting in Vietnam every night on TV. And there was fighting in my room when there was no one there but me. It was that kind of year. There was trouble ahead, there was trouble behind. There was two kinds of trouble and the second one was dying. And the first one I called living back in 1969. You get the idea. And I know love is not to blame, it's the one thing right in a world gone wrong. I know, but it's hard to see it when it's a long, long way from here. I knew that something wasn't right, I knew it. Knew that story wasn't ever gonna fly. But when the world says black is white and you know better, what can you do but go a little crazy? It's the one thing right in a world gone wrong. I know, but it's hard to see it when it's a long, long way from here. And I know love is not to blame, it's the one thing right in a world gone wrong. I know, but it's hard to see it when it's a long, long way from here. Thank you.
actually think this next tune was the first song we wrote together when we first, when we got together. And it's kind of funny because we already heard Elizabeth Vanessa talk about Davy Crockett moving to Texas. Now here's a little song that talks about that whole Tennessee, Texas thing. And I like to tell people that, a bunch of Tennessee people went down to Texas and helped them lose the Battle of the Alamo. That's the general essence of it, Getting thirsty.
Well, we love Texas.
I like the food down there.
Just to show how much.
Texas is a lot to love.
Lots of traffic.
Anybody says they don't love Texas hadn't seen enough of it.
I like the more green part where there's no humidity over there close to the Gulf. I like
I like the Whataburger
Texas.
part.
East Texas.
East Texas reminds me a lot of South Alabama,
Yeah.
where I grew up.
South Louisiana, yeah.
So, are we ready?
Patience.
They haven't done quite as much strip cutting down there, but it looks a lot the same. Anyway, we got to talking about Tennessee and Texas, and this song came out. I was born on the border between Texas and Tennessee. There's a whole lot of Tennessee and Texas and Texas in me. The wheels on the trace rolled both ways when we moved overland. The great Mississippi we crossed like the Rio Grande. We were called volunteers when we moved from the rear to the front, where we died as one band. And we stood for love we left behind us, love we hope to save, love that's yet to find us, love beyond the grave. Take my coffee with whiskey, come out of the Tennessee hills. Make my cornbread with fresh jalapenos like most Texans will. When my sweetheart sings me corazon tuyo, I may not know what that means. All I can say is she sounds like an angel to me. Y donde dormimos, sweet mountain laurel drifts into a bluebonnet dream. And we dream of love we left behind us, love we hope to save, love that's yet to find us, love beyond the grave. Got Bob Wills in Nashville, Hank Williams in Dallas, and everything else in between. And over we meet at the border and sing. We sing for love we left behind us, love we hope to save, love that's yet to find us, love beyond the grave, love we left behind us, love we hope to save, love that's yet to find us, love beyond the grave.
This next song is one I wrote many years ago. I used to play at a place called the George Street Grocery in Jackson, Mississippi.
Woohoo!
And I think she's from Mississippi or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But one night I was in there, and a lady came in named Jane Ree Petty, who was a director at the local theater called the New Stage Theater. It was started by Eudora Welty, and it was a really fine theater. It was an equity. It was my only time working with an equity troupe, which meant we had to take breaks where we wanted to or not, and stuff like that. But all the actors said they got new shoes every year, which I think is part of their equity deal. That's a long story. But at any rate, they were doing a series of little scenes based on short stories of Eudora Welty, and one part of it was there was a section from a book she wrote called The Robber Bridegroom, which was she described it as a children's, what is it, a fairy tale for adults. It's not that adult really, but that's what she called it. So I wrote this little song to sort of go with that, and it's based on. Yeah, we're going to be in G. Okay. It's based on that song. The tunnel cuts into this greenness under the roof of this wild place. Ooh, down into the heart of darkness, along the Natchez trace. There is no way to fill the silence, measure the lateness of this age. Ooh, but for the turning of the seasons along the Natchez trace. Oh, Mississippi, show your hand out, read your fortune and your fame. Oh, Mississippi, I'll trace your lifeline along the Natchez trace. Journey is forever lonely. Each step is slow, measured pace. Ooh, always mindful of the bandits who wait along the Natchez trace. Oh, Mississippi, I'd like to know you, but you will not show your face. Lost in a dream state, some still wander along the Natchez trace. There is no way to fill the silence, measure the lateness of this age, for the turning of the seasons along the Natchez trace, along the Natchez trace, along the Natchez trace.
when I was a little girl, we lived in Sledge, Mississippi, which is in the Delta. It's where Charlie Pride, if you're a country music fan, is from Sledge. And of course, I lived there when I was little and didn't go back for about 30 years and took a drive down to the Delta. And this is one of my favorite songs I've ever written. So, are we good, guys? Hey?
I live south of Memphis, downtown Hollywood. These fields are all I've ever known. Season after season, I have worked to find a way to buy a piece of land to call my own. And sometimes when that Delta sun comes beating down, well, I swear those rows of cotton shine like gold. Visions of plenty roll across my mind. Still my hands are empty and the system's going dry. And I keep thinking about my children, what's left down here for them? Just a cotton field of dreams, and everybody's dreaming, everybody's dreaming, dreaming just like me. Sign went up for Harrah's on Highway 61, promising we'd all be winners soon. So every Friday evening I go and spin the wheel. Sometimes I win, most times I lose. These lights are so much brighter than I thought they'd be. Oh, they make me think I'll see my dreams come true. Visions of plenty roll across my mind. Still my hands are empty and the system's going dry. And I keep thinking about my children, what's left down here for them? Well, just a billboard full of dreams, and everybody's dreaming, everybody's dreaming, dreaming just like me. I keep thinking about my children, what's left down here for them? Just a cotton field of dreams, and everybody's dreaming, everybody's dreaming, dreaming just like me.
Before I forgot, my friend Jennifer Farron showed up and brought me a box of cookies, and they're really good. Jennifer, thank you. I ate one right before I went on, and I'm sorry, y'all on the front row.
What did you put in those cookies, Jennifer?
I
Seriously.
Thanks for giving
We're
me
not
the
in Colorado,
song.
you know.
Thanks for sharing, Tom.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Share
it.
some
Somebody
of those
goes to
cookies
trouble to
later,
bring you
though.
cookies to your show, you got to thank them. And Jennifer's a very, very fine artist and singer, and she's got a new album coming out. Look her up.
It's another tune that Pierce really. We thought we were writing one song one day, and Pierce was sitting over on the couch, and he said, "Well, I've got these lyrics," and Tom and I went, "Oh, great! So you've been working on another song while we've been writing another song." And anyway, we thought we'd put some music to it because we really like the lyrics. It's not really a preaching song, so don't anybody be offended.
Go ahead and be offended. Are you ready?
In other words, we really like rich people, but you wouldn't know it
He's
from this
getting this.
song.
But no, you're right.
Okay. I like it when they give me money. I love it. I kiss their boots.
By the way, most of these songs are from our album that we made together. We made an album together last year, and we had scheduled an album release show for a night in November, and Pierce's mother took very ill, and my mother was close to leaving this world, and they ended up, our mother's funerals ended up being a couple of days apart at the end of November, and we rescheduled for this night. We sure appreciate you coming out on a weeknight, and it's so cold, and it's just delightful to be with you.
You know,
And by the way, thanks for cheering us up there, Tom.
Yeah.
No.
Well, and as always, I just want to say we can't say enough. Thanks to Eddie Owen Presents,
Yes,
Shalom,
definitely.
everyone here, and all y'all for
They are the
coming.
nicest people in the world.
Shall we? Woe to you, rich man.
We've been well.
Woe to you, rich man.
We've been well.
Woe to you, rich man. We've been well. The pride of man. Feed the fires of hell. Blessed are the poor, for yours is the kingdom. And blessed are the hungry, for you shall be fed. And blessed are you who find yourself crying, 'cause the day is coming soon. You'll be laughing instead. Woe to you, rich man, we've been well. Woe to you, rich man, we've been well. Woe to you, rich man, we've been well. The pride of man, feed the fires of hell. Blessed are the mourners, for you'll find comfort. And blessed are the meek, you're gonna own this place. And blessed are you who long to be righteous, but only the pure in heart are gonna see his face. Woe to you, rich man.
We've been well.
Woe to you, rich man.
We've been well.
Woe to you, rich man. We've been well. The pride of man, feed the fires of hell. Well-lit house makes the whole world welcome. The light inside makes them feel at home. But if your house is dark, only thieves will approach you. They'll take everything they can and leave you alone. Woe to you, rich man, we've been away. Woe to you, rich man, we've been away. Woe to you, rich man, we've been away. The pride of man, feed the fires of hell. Woe to you, rich man, we've been away. We've been away. Woe to you, Thank you.
All right, we're getting towards the end. We're getting to all the death songs. We've already had some tonight.
Oh, I meant to.
Granville Automatic.
What I meant to say earlier was if one of the songs we're doing tonight is not on our new Agrarians album, it'd be on one of our
Individual
albums, our
albums,
individual albums we got out there, and the poems are from my book here. Also, Kate, are you taking a group to Ireland this summer?
I am, but my trip's already sold out.
Sold out. Kate and I have been hosting trips for groups of fans, going over to Ireland in the summertime and having a wonderful trip. And it's just one of the joys in my life. And there's some brochures out there with the CDs. If anybody ever thought about going to Ireland, it's a wonderful way to do it. Grab a brochure and come visit our
You're
website.
thinking you might want to go next year? I just tell people go ahead and send a note to my website because we've already.
Yep.
Since this year.
I've still got some spots. I'm doing a group in the middle of July and at the end of July.
I want y'all to know also that I'll be leading a group over to Scottsboro, Alabama, to the unclaimed baggage. And if you want to go, just call me and sign up. If you ever wanted to go to Scottsboro, you have a chance.
Take a hike over there. In Atlanta.
I've been needing to go over there and restock on pocket
I
knives.
know you can get, speaking of dead people, you can get a lot of dead people's clothes, probably. Previously peed on or whatever.
I saw a wedding dress over there last time.
That's all right, that's what we call it. We go there a lot.
There's an idea for a song.
How come these jeans have bullet holes in them? At any rate, where was I? Sorry. I don't know. Oh, yes, please. Should I start or something?
I think you start.
Okay, here we go. I meant to do that.
I am not going to stand here in front of friends and family and say he was a good man. And not when we all know our late friend was not particularly so. He had his good days, certainly, and his good qualities. The ability to catch fish when he should have been working comes to mind. The way he was able to keep his liquor hidden from his wife and appear sober at AA meetings. That is notable, definitely. His uncanny knack for winning money from his buddies, knowing they would bet their hearts on certain football teams against their better judgments. Plus, we should not overlook his gift for exaggeration and successive tellings of tall tales and off-color anecdotes. But a good man, is it not goodness enough that we loved him? That he was not an especially good man, and we loved him.
Plastic cups and silverware, lime green Tupperware everywhere. Pass the chicken, pass the pie. We sure eat good when someone dies. Funeral food, it's so good for the soul. Funeral food fills you up down to your toes. Funeral food. Funeral food. There sits a mean old Uncle Bob, gnawing on a corn on the cob. Who's out walking through the door? Don't think I've ever seen him before. Isn't it a shame she passed away? She made the best chocolate cake. Let's hit the line a second time. We sure eat good when someone dies. Funeral food, it's so good for the soul. Funeral food fills you up down to your toes.
All right, thanks everybody for hanging in there. We're getting close to the end, if you can take it. Can you take it?
Oh, of course I can take it. Look at him.
And you wouldn't leave now anyway, could you? I could tell Sean, bring the lights up so I can see who leaves.
Oh, that's no trick.
Woohoo, yeah!
Well, I'd like to point out that the first time I got married, I was in Georgia because I was too young to get married in Alabama, and so over Christmas break, one year when I was a student at Alabama, we ran away, crossed over the Georgia line. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to say between Georgia and Alabama and Mississippi, which of us are outdumbing each other when it comes to laws about things like that. But somebody asked me the other night if you had to be older if you were marrying a cousin. Anyway, we ran away. We got married by the Troup County Ordinary in Valdosta, Georgia. Then we had a big church wedding later. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, except we wrote this song together. Her name's Jennifer Kimmel, and I sure love playing it with Pearson Kay. It's called Angels.
It's a beautiful song.
Touch of your hand will let me know you take me in and let me go. If not for love, why would we meet? How is it done? 2 and 2 1 so easily. We're lifted up by angels higher than the world, strong enough to leave it, bound to learn the secrets angels never heard. We're lifted up by angels. You understand, yet never say how every plan would fade away if not for love. Where would you be? Ashes to dust, water to rust, away from me. We're lifted up by angels higher than the world, strong enough to leave it, bound to learn the secrets angels never heard. We're close enough to heaven, above the rain. Darkness cannot reach us, let the angels teach us, only love remains. We're lifted up by angels, given wings to fly. Leave the night behind us, trust the light to find us, even as we rise. We're lifted up by angels. Darkness cannot reach us, yet the angels teach us. Only love remains. We're lifted up by angels. Lifted up by angels. Thank you.
Tom Kimmel.
Tom Campbell. I love working with Kimmel and Campbell, even though it sounds like dog food. It's, Kimmel's and Campbell's. Delicious. Just add water.
Just a couple more, y'all. This is really, it was Pierce's, Pierce loved this song. This is a tune of mine from way back, and Pierce, I just love him because he loved this song. But we finally ended up teaching at a songwriting camp together, and we worked up this tune, and because Pierce wanted to, and so I wrote this on the piano, and usually play it on the piano, but we don't always have a piano. But tonight we do. So this is the first time I've played it, and Pierce has played with me with the piano. So I think I'm going to do the intro. I'm not sure.
I can still recall the night lightning burned the mansion down. We all stood in our pajamas on that hallowed southern ground. And when the flames had turned to ashes, only blackened bricks remained, and 16 stately Doric columns there beneath a veil of gray. And it's a long and slow surrender, retreating from the past. It's important to remember to fly the flag half-mast and look away. I It's important to remember to fly the flag half-mast and look away, look away, look away.
Kate Campbell.
We're going to wrap it up with this song here. I sure appreciate Eddie having us back. We've played at Eddie's Attic for years, and it's so nice coming out here and see this place coming together in such a beautiful, beautiful room. And Shalom and Bob and Rihanna and everybody who keeps the fires burning here. We love you. Thank you all for coming. This is on our album, and I wrote this with a good friend named Danny Flowers. And it was inspired by my great uncle Martin Macmillan. We are soldiers marching through the world on the road to peace. We must cross over battlefields, and we must rise above it all. We must stand together till we fall. Then we'll ride across the river and rest under the shade of the trees. Take my hand, brother, help me to my knees when it's time to pray. Lift me up, make me strong when I'm tempted to run away. Help me take what you've begun, carry on until the work is done. Then we'll ride across the river and rest under the shade of the trees. We will ride across the river. We will ride across the river. We will ride across the river and rest under the shade of the trees. Here I am, sister, lead me through the night when it's hard to see. Help me cry, and remember when I can't seem to feel a thing. Help me face the rising sun, see the light of love in everyone. Then we'll ride across the river and rest under the shade of the trees. We will ride across the river. We will ride across the river. We will ride across the river and rest under the shade of the trees. We will ride across the river. We will ride
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Kate Campbell, Pierce Pettis,
Tom Kimmel.
thank you.
I'm Kimmel.
One more,
Thank you,
okay?
guys. Thank you, Georgia.
We'll do one more, and it's a song that's a Georgia song. Whew, how could we have forgotten it? Thank you all. I mean, just thank you. And we just can't say enough. So good to be here as always. And, you know, Eddie, probably kind of the first real gig I ever had was at Eddie's Attic down in Decatur. And Eddie paid my gas to come from Nashville to come play. I had my first record out. And that's been nearly 20 years now, Eddie. I don't know if you know that or not. But, so, I know. So this is the last tune that we kind of wrote for our new Agrarians record that we are celebrating here tonight. And we just started talking about a photograph, famous photograph.
Funeral train winds through the south, plain folks stand along its route. I move to take my place among the crowd, beside a black man humming glory bound. His tears roll down his face in warm spring. When the Georgia sun goes down, tell your story when you've forgotten how, and the higher that it rises, the more you feel at home. Now that's the song the angels long to sing in warm spring. To think that just a few days back that train rolled in, he waved his hat, and now that same old train is draped in black to bless us here along this track with sweet uncommon grace in warm spring. When the Georgia sun goes down, the moon can tell you stories when you've forgotten how, and the higher that it rises, the more you feel at home. Now that's a song the angels long to sing in warm spring. When some souls carry us so long, we can't believe it when they're gone. We're left behind with all our hopes and fears. But if our hearts were ever lifted, aren't they lifted still? So if it had to end, it might as well end here. In warm springs, when the Georgia sun goes down, the moon can tell you stories when you've forgotten how, and the higher that it rises, the more you feel at home. Now that's the song the angels long to sing. When you hear it, you'll know what it means in warm spring.
Thank
And
you.
y'all, be careful, stay warm.
God bless. Thank you guys for listening.